Master Ryzen, please give me your power. I, I can't go on. As Naruto would try to stand up with 5 swords being plunged in him, as Ryzen would say, "Hold on, kid, I'm trying." As Ryzen would try to fuse with Naruto, as it would be 90% done, as one more sword would be plunged into Naruto's back, as Naruto would spit up blood, and the whole village would say, "Yeah, you demon, how do you like that?" As Naruto would look at his sister in the distance, as she would be crying, as Naruto would give her a smile, and well, he'd die. As Yui would scream, "Brother!" as she would cry, and well, the village would set their eyes on her next, saying that she was the family, well, the only family of the demon, as they would say, "You're the demon's sister. We're gonna have fun with you." As the village's men would start to strip her down. An 8-year-old being stripped and almost about to be raped. But this is when a bright flash of light would burst into the air, and Naruto would wake up. He wouldn't be happy either. He'd be pissed. And Naruto's yellowed-haired self would, well, disappear. He'd have long white hair with black highlights, and he'd look like this, but a younger version. And Naruto would have elonged nails and a sword in his hand, as he would rush at the men, clawing at their faces with his nails and cutting off limbs with his sword, trying to kill all of them until he got to the man that was holding Yui. He would decapitate him, spilling blood on Naruto's shirt. As Naruto would say, "Yui, are you alright?" As he'd give her a smile, and Yui would stand up and hug Naruto. Oh, and by the way, this is gonna be an incest ship. Yeah, it's incest as fuck. But, yeah. Naruto would say, "We're leaving this village. Yeah, we're never coming back." As well, Naruto was not in the Hidden Leaf village. Well, not yet, of course, because it'd have been really worse if they were in the Hidden Leaf. Trust me. It'd have been worse. But, Naruto would look back at the villagers that harmed his sister, and he would say, "Yui, hurry on, leave the village. I'll be right behind you." As he would look back, and he would hold his palm out as a spirit beam. It would form in his hand, and he'd say, "Ball of destruction." And he would toss it to one of the civilians, as they would catch it, and the ball would start to expand, destroying everything in its path. As Naruto would run to catch up with Yui, and he would say, "Don't look back. Just keep going forward." As they would leave the village. Time skip, 7 days. Naruto and Yui would be starving, and they would fall at the front of a village. This would happen to be the Hidden Leaf village. And, well, the guards would see this, and they would take Naruto and Yui to the fucking third Hokage. And once they got there, the third Hokage would say, "Take them to the hospital and get them treated immediately." As they did as they were instructed, and took Naruto and Yui to the hospital. Once they got there, Yui and Naruto were treated properly and were given food, as they would eat the food like they haven't eaten in months. saying that, well, they were pretty much starved back at their old village. And we'll say that it was a hidden clan because, yes, it was. Which is the reason that Naruto and Yui are both, well, demons. But, that doesn't matter right now. But, once Naruto and Yui had eaten, like, a fucking buffet, the third Hokage would come in and he would say, "Hello, I am Hiruzen Saratobi, the third Hokage." As Naruto would talk with his mouth full, saying, "Nice to meet you." As he would continue chewing, as Hiruzen would smile, and he'd say, "Are you enjoying yourself?" As Naruto would say, "Yes," talking with this fucking mouthful. As Yui would hit him upside the head, saying, "Stop doing that, big brother." I swear, you can be a pig sometimes. As Naruto would say, "Ow, what was that for?" Swallowing his food. As Yui would smile along with Hiruzen, and Hiruzen would say, "You two will be going to an orphanage for the time being, and you will be enrolled in the Ninja Academy." As Naruto and Yui would smile, and, well, if you're asking me, I thought they were just beaten. How are their wounds already healed? Well, I mean, they're both demons, and, yeah, they got rapid healing. But Naruto and Yui would agree to starting the Ninja Academy, and they would go to their fucking orphanage. Once they got there, they would meet a man. The man would be pretty nice, as the woman would have an attitude towards them, saying that they didn't need more mouths to feed. As Naruto would think this was funny because, well, it's an orphanage. That's literally your job, to take care of and feed the children at the orphanage. As Naruto would accidentally say this out loud, as the woman would say, "What'd you say, brat?" As the man would step in and say, "He didn't say anything, sweetheart. Just go lay down." As the woman would say, "Yeah, that's what I thought." That whore of a sister there knows to keep her mouth shut. And Naruto would say, "What'd you say?" As the woman would say, "I said, at least that whore of a sister you have has learned to keep her mouth shut." As Naruto would fucking body flicker in front of the woman, having his nails elonged. And he'd say, "Say it again, I dare you." As the woman would feel the intense bloodlust coming off of Naruto, as she would say, "Nothing." As the woman would retreat into her bedroom, and Naruto would go back to the man and say, "Well, that's dealt with. Now, could you show us our rooms, please?" As Yui would be smirking and almost about to laugh, as she would say, "Good work, brother." As Naruto would say, "It's no problem, Yui. I wish people wouldn't disrespect you as much. Only if they knew you were strong. Probably one of the strongest in this village, along with me." As they would both laugh, as the man of the orphanage wouldn't hear this. As he would show Naruto and Yui their rooms, as they would get settled in and, well, they would go to sleep. Alright, I'm back, y'all. My fucking brother wanted to bother me. But, Naruto would be sleeping alongside Yui, and, well, somebody would creep into their room. It would be the woman from earlier. And she would say, "You think you could get away with humiliating me like that?" As she would have a knife in her hands, as she would cut down at Naruto, slashing him across the chest. As Naruto would wake up, and he'd say, "Ow, Yui, did you kick me?" As Yui would say, no, I didn't. As Naruto would say, oh, then what was it? As he could feel blood dripping, and he'd say, damn, did you scratch me? As she would say, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? As she would also see the blood, and then they would turn their heads and they would see the woman. As Naruto would be pissed off, and he'd say, I thought I dealt with you earlier. Guess you'll just die now. As he would run towards the woman, decapitating her. As her head would fall on the ground, and, well, Yui would say, she deserved it. As Naruto would pick up the head, and he would body flicker with Yui in front of the Hokage's office. And he'd say, damn it, this would be right, and this would be the day before the fucking, ninja academy. As Yui would say, I know, right? It's like people always have to bother us. As they would go inside the ninja, well, not the ninja academy, the third Hokage's office, and they would see Hiruzen sitting there. As they would walk up to him and say, Hiruzen, I think that's what your name was. We have a problem. As Naruto would show him the dead orphanage lady. As Saruto, fucking the third Hokage, would say, what happened? As Naruto would say, well, she kind of attacked us. And out of instinct, I accidentally killed her. As Naruto would show him the huge gash that was on his chest. Because, well, he didn't choose to heal it yet. And then, well, after he showed it to him, he would heal it. And the third Hokage would say, well, how'd you do that? As Naruto would say, I'm part demon. As he would smile, and Hiruzen would see his fangs in the back of his mouth. And he'd say, you're part demon? As Naruto would say, yeah, me and my sister. But that doesn't matter. As they would both say, we're just here to enjoy life. We don't really want any issues. So, I'm sorry about killing your orphanage person, but she had it coming. As Naruto and Yui would walk out, and they would walk back to the orphanage. As they would try to find the man of the orphanage, as he would be in his bed sleeping, as they would wake him up and explain what had happened, and he was surprisingly, well, okay with it, as he knew this may happen one day if she messed with the wrong person, and, well, he was right, as he would pray that she found her way to heaven, and, well, that was the end of that, as Naruto and Yui would go to sleep peacefully, and they would wake up the next day. As Naruto and Yui would wake up, Naruto would say, Yui, it's time. We gotta go to the academy. As Yui would wake up and put on this outfit, and Naruto would be wearing what you see on the screen, as they would both walk to the academy. As once they got there, Aruka would introduce them and say, well, class, it seems as if we have two new students. Their names are Naruto and Yui. As the girls would be blushing at Naruto, except for a certain pink-haired bitch, and, and all the boys would be blushing at, well, Yui. And once they took their seats, a flock of girls surrounded him, or Naruto, and a flock of boys ended up surrounding Yui. Naruto would have sat next to Sasuke, and he would have said, are the girls here always this loud? As Sasuke would have said, yeah, they are. They happen to be fangirls. As Naruto would say, that's interesting. As he would say, my name's Naruto. What's yours? Sasuke Uchiha. As Naruto would say, would you like to be my friend? You would be my first and ever friend at this village if you say yes. As Sasuke would smile and he'd say, I like that. I'd like that. Very much. As they would shake hands and, well, Naruto would say, Alright, please, take your seats, ladies. It'd make me very happy. As the girls would all nod their heads and run back to their seats. As Naruto would say, that deals with that. As once everybody took their seats, fucking Iruka would say, Alright, today we will be having our sparring sessions. As Naruto would say, sparring sessions? This will be interesting. As Hiruzen would say, first up, Naruto versus Sasuke. As this would be, well, what the third Hokage instructed, as Hiruzen kind of thought it was overkill for a new student to the academy to be going up against an Uchiha, but he allowed it. And so when Naruto stepped into the ring along with Sasuke, they would lock hands and they would say good luck, as they would both do a backflip and get into a fighting stance. As Sasuke would be the first one to rush Naruto, as he would throw a punch as Naruto would deflect it and hit Sasuke in the stomach, sending him flying. As the girls would be cheering for Naruto, except for Sakura, trash, and as I'm sorry, it just irritates me every time I have to say Sakura. Oh God, please help me, Jesus Christ. But yeah, they would be screaming at Naruto for hitting their Sasuke, and this would kind of annoy Naruto to the point where he would use demon magic and, well, tell them to be the fuck quiet, and they would shut up. And so Naruto would continue his fight with Sasuke, throwing a punch at Sasuke's face, with which Sasuke would dodge, and he would send a kick towards Naruto, hitting him in the chest. As Naruto would fly back just a little bit, and he would stand up saying, good move, Sasuke. As Sasuke would smirk and say, you're pretty strong. You ready to continue? As Naruto would smirk and say, hell yeah. As Naruto would start to use 25% of his power up against Sasuke, as this would be shown to be too much, as Naruto would knock Sasuke out with one punch to the face, as he would say, oops, I used too much of my power. As Yui would facepalm. Did I say facepalm? Nigga, am I stupid? As she would fucking, what's the word I'm fucking looking for, yo? As she would, sweat drop. Fuck. How did I get facepalm from sweat drop? I don't know. But, she would sweat drop and she would walk over to Naruto saying, good fight. Did you hurt your friend? As Naruto would say, I hope not. As Sasuke would be sent to the infirmary. As Iruka would pronounce the next fight being Yui versus Sakura. And everybody was cheering for Sakura, well, because that she was their friend, and, well, they didn't quite know Yui. But all of the boys, on the other hand, were cheering for Yui. As this would kind of annoy all of the girls, but they just continued to cheer for Sakura. As once they got into the ring, they would lock hands and Sakura would say, I'm gonna wipe the floor with you. As Yui would say, yeah, sure. As Iruka would say, go. Yui would body flicker and chop Sakura in the back of her neck, knocking her out instantly. And then she would run over and hug Naruto. Naruto returning the hug, and Yui would say, did I do good, big brother? As Naruto would say, yeah. As she would let go, and they would, well, continue with the fights until it was time for the school day to be over. And once it was over, Sasuke would have woken up, and he'd be cleared from the infirmary. And, well, Naruto and Yui would be walking home, and Sasuke would see them, and he'd say, Naruto! As he would run over to Naruto, he'd say, um, is this your sister? As Naruto would say, yeah, her name's Yui. Oh, and if I haven't already said it, it's gonna be an incest ship. Yes, it is. If you guys don't like that, well, I might be able to change it. Well, probably not. Well, if you guys don't like it, I'll just make it a harem. But, how would I do that? But it doesn't matter right now. Let's continue. As Naruto would say, yeah, she's my sister. Hold on, y'all. Alright, sorry for pausing so much. But, yeah. So, Sasuke would ask Naruto if Yui was his sister, and Naruto would reply with, yes, she is. Sasuke would then say, nice to meet you. As he would shake hands with Yui, and Yui would say, nice to meet you too. As she would smile at Sasuke. Sasuke would then go on to say that he would like to train with Naruto and Yui if that was possible. And Naruto would say, sure, I don't see why not. As they would all go train together, and they would end up training for the rest of the day until it was time to go home. Once they all split their separate ways, Sasuke would return back to the Uchiha compound to find it utterly annihilated, and he would unlock his, let's say, Tutomoe Mangenkyo Sharingan because of what Itachi put him through. And Naruto and Yui, sensing that something wasn't right, would rush over to the Uchiha compound, and they would see that Itachi was about to kill Sasuke, it looked like, and Naruto would body flicker in front of him, catching his sword. And he'd say, what were you about to do? And Itachi would say, none of your business, kid. As he would try to kick Naruto away, but Naruto would body flicker behind him, because, well, that's his favorite technique. And he would jam his claws into Itachi's back. But Itachi, being the absolute GOAT that he is, would catch Naruto slipping because, well, he has that young Mangenkyo Sharingan, and he put Naruto looking ass in a genjutsu. And so he would eventually escape, seeing that Naruto was still trapped in the genjutsu. But after a while, Naruto would break out of it, and he would be frustrated, and he'd say, Yui, break Sasuke out of the genjutsu. As she would say, alright. As she would do as Naruto instructed, and then Naruto would then go on to say, why didn't you help me? As Yui would say, well, I thought it was a solo fight, but, like, then he kind of did your ass, and so, like, I didn't really want to get dead. And Naruto says, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to get done up either. It wouldn't be a good look. But, that doesn't matter. What does matter is we will now have to bury every Uchiha member. As Sasuke would be panting heavily after being broken out of the genjutsu, and he'd say, yeah, we do. We have to bury them. As once they eventually bury all the dead, they would look at Sasuke's eyes, and Naruto would say, Sasuke, I think you unlocked your dojutsu. As Sasuke would say, what? As he would try to find the mirror, as he would eventually find one, and he would see his face, and he'd say, the Tutomoe Sharingan? As after he would see this, he would be passed out. As Naruto would say, the Sharingan. What a valuable dojutsu. Well, I think I'm going to take all of their eyes. As Yui would say, why would you do that? Oh, because Danzo. Danzo? Who is that? He's the Shadow Hokage. I've heard about him. He's a power-hungry demon. As Yui would say, like us? As Naruto would say, nah, it's just a figure of speech. He's not really a demon. As Naruto would end up collecting all of the eyes and putting them in jars, or in one jar, as he would teleport back to the fucking orphanage and hide them. As then he would body flicker back to the fucking grave site. As he would see that Sasuke was sleeping peacefully and Yui was standing over him. As he would say, Yui, let's take Sasuke back to the orphanage. As Yui would say, alright. As they would pick Sasuke up and body flicker to the orphanage. And they would say, we have a new member to the orphanage, mister. As the man of the orphanage would come out and he'd say, who is it? As he would see it was an Uchiha. And he'd say, what? What happened? As Naruto would go on to explain that the boy's village was slaughtered. Just like, never mind. He doesn't say just like his. He just says that the boy's village was slaughtered. Because we can't have anybody knowing that. Well, Naruto destroyed his own village. But, yeah. They would take in Sasuke and, well, after Sasuke was given a room next to Naruto and Yui's, Yui and Naruto would head to the Hokage's office. And he would kick in the door and say, what did you order Itachi to do? As Naruto would look with a fury in his eyes at Hiruzen, and Hiruzen would say, I didn't order Itachi to do anything. What are you talking about, Naruto? He killed Sasuke's clan. As Hiruzen's eyes would open wide as he would say, what? As he would call for Danzo. His Danzo would appear in the Hokage's office as Naruto would rush Danzo with fury and determination to kill Danzo in his eyes. And he would try to claw Danzo, but Danzo would block using his arm, and his arm would be cut. And Naruto would then go on to summon his sword and put it to Danzo's throat and say, why did you order Itachi to slaughter Sasuke's clan? As fucking Danzo would say, it wasn't my fault. As he was stumbling over his words, Naruto says, this is punishable by death. As he would cut Danzo's throat, leaving him dead on the ground. As he would then say, now that that's dealt with, how are you going to look after Sasuke? Because, well, I would assume that's the reason why Itachi didn't kill him. As fucking Naruto, well, not Naruto, fucking Hiruzen would say, well, I guess he'll be staying with you. And Naruto would say, alright, Yui, come on, let's go. As they would leave and go back to the orphanage. As along the way they would see a boy being beaten. As it would be a really young boy. And it would look to be a few of some drunken men. Because, well, they smelled like horrible alcohol. And, well, they were absolutely demolishing this kid. And he couldn't have been older than 3 or 4. And Yui would have rushed out and she'd saved the kid, almost killing all of the men that were beating him. And she would have a fury in her eyes because, well, how could you do that to a young boy? And this would upset her a lot. And she'd think to herself, the people in this village are monsters. Well, she would go back with Naruto and the young boy would say, thank you. As she would say, where are your parents? As the boy would say, I don't have any. As Naruto would smile, and he'd say, well then, guess you're gonna be coming back to the orphanage with us, huh? As the young boy would say, orphanage? As Naruto would say, yeah. As they would walk back to the orphanage. And once they got there, the man would say, 2 kids in one day? Wow, that's pretty sad. As Naruto would say, yeah, we found this one being beaten by drunken men, and Yui put a stop to that one. As she would smile. As Sasuke would have woken up by now, and he would have seen Naruto. Hold on, y'all. Alright, guys, I'm back. But, Sasuke would have woken up, and he'd have come to Naruto and Yui to see a young boy with them, and Sasuke would have said, who's that? As Naruto would have said, good question. We haven't asked him his name. Kid, what's your name? As the young boy would say, my name's Ace. As Naruto would smile, and he'd say, Ace, huh? Well, welcome to the orphanage. As Ace would smile, and he would hug Naruto. As Sasuke and Yui would smile. And, well, not Yui, Sasuke would show fucking Ace to the room that he was in, because, well, they're gonna be bunk buddies. And after that, Ace would go to sleep, seeing that he was just beaten. And Naruto, Yui, and Sasuke would have had a discussion about Sasuke's clan being slaughtered and his Tutomoe Sharingan. And Naruto would have told him that he ended up collecting the eyes of the Uchiha so that Danzo, the one that ordered the slaughter, couldn't get them. As Sasuke would have thanked him and said that he can use the eyes if he wanted them. But Naruto would have said, no, it's alright. As they would all end up eventually falling to sleep, and Naruto would have been transported into his mindscape, as he would see a white-haired man. And this man would be Ryzen. He would have said, I fused with you, kid. Now I hope you're ready to train. 'Cause you gotta get way stronger if you want to handle my power. But I'm gonna be leaving it off here. And this might be a one-shot what if. I'm not sure. Might be. But if you guys really like it, then I'll probably make a part 2. But, bye!